Hello and welcome to Supcom FA. This will be a ranked game between letsrock and Anaryl, Cybran versus EF. And I think I'll change the sound from the last video. I don't think that was that good. And hopefully it's not all small anymore too. So we hear Anaryl here coming first land. Very early scout looking for a first bomber from the Cybran player. Letsrock going first land as well. Couple engineers coming out. Looks like first three engies. Of course, on this map, going after the Hydra as a popular choice. Looks like letsrock is going to the middle with the ACU, and Anaryl going after the Hydra with his ACU. And then it's going to go land. Second land, another engineer going up to the top. This is a very good radar here. It would tell Anaryl if somebody was trying to kill his engineer. And given that there were no scouts for letsrock, this engineer was actually exposed for a while, but now Mantis comes in and should be able to protect it. Also Mantis here guarding an engineer for Anaryl. This engineer is going to go down, pick up one of the side mask extractors, and Mech Marine going to the side. Looks like second air from letsrock. Actually letsrock's ACU helped out on the Hydra. And up on top, this Mech Marine might try to take out this engineer, but so far it is well protected. Scout in the middle, still just waiting for somebody to come. And now the ACU for Anaryl moving into the middle. Still not many kills. I don't think they've seen a single kill. Here comes a bomber from letsrock. He's got to look for some targets. This would be a great target of the engineer. And here we just saw that engineer get taken out by Mech Marine, but it's already done most of its job. Mantis takes care of the Mech Marine, so the first kill. And here's the second kill. The Mech Marine gets hit by a bomb. Engie probably would have been the better choice. A whole bunch of manti now going into the middle for letsrock. Letsrock with 3 land factories, a single engineer, and a power spam. And in the middle, letsrock was about to get point defense, which would be a good position for him to retreat to and a good advantage versus EF. We're seeing flak versus bomber. Bomber with 3 kills, retreats, but good reconnaissance. Now the manti are going to come in, take on flak and win. So very nice play from letsrock. Now we've seen a tank and a scout going to the top of the map for Anaryl, and the terrain is going to be a problem for both players. Now letsrock sitting next to his point defense. Anaryl is picking up the mask extractors, and here come manti around the bottom, take out a mask extractor, and a whole bunch of flak here. Actually this is all 100% flak, so Anaryl doesn't even have the tools to defend against those 4 manti. Let's see what they do. So far they're not doing much. 2 ACUs shooting at each other in the middle, and some tanks going into the middle for Anaryl. And we do see single tanks and some engineers, but the manti are going to come in unopposed. It'd be nice if they came in, blew up all that power. Whenever you see power adjacent to and it looks like the engineer was taken out. And these should be moving around, otherwise they're going to get hit too easy. Interceptors for Anaryl. It looks like the terrain is saving those manti. They didn't get many kills after that engineer. Could have been nice if they targeted that power. Looks like this tank has 1 with 3 kills. A manti, a raider, and a mask extractor. Letsrock is completely taken over the middle. Anaryl trying to get some point defenses up. And now another land factory plan, but it looks like it was abandoned. More land factories coming up for Anaryl, working on his 5th. Actually working on his 6th with a single air factory. We're seeing looks like 4 Tech 1 land factories for letsrock, and better engineers, you gotta say, for letsrock. He's making a better use of the map. And actually letsrock in quite a bit of trouble. Looks like he's spaced out there for a second. Ran into a point defense with his ACU going quite low on health, under 2,000. Anaryl should be following, and letsrock has thrown his entire force to try to save his ACU. And maybe a bit of a missed opportunity there for Anaryl. If you would have followed with the ACU, you could have definitely killed letsrock, but instead letsrock gets out with 1,000 health. So almost a fatal mistake, but he survives. He did waste quite a few of the Manta. That might give Anaryl a chance to take back some of the map. Still producing quite a bit of flak. Anaryl now with 8 kills and a lot of reclaim for him. letsrock is abandoning in the middle. He's just in a full retreat all the way back to base. Seen a Tech 2 land upgrade for letsrock. Well, that was a huge mistake from letsrock, but the mistake from Anaryl makes it not as bad. The middle has belonged to letsrock, but without the ACU, Anaryl should be able to take over. Of course, this point defense might be a bit of an issue unless we are seeing quite a bit of artillery. It won't be an issue, but so much reclaim for Anaryl. And now these tanks should kill that mass extractor here, minute 8. This engineer and mass extractor need to die. There's no reason for them to live. They're behind enemy lines. And here we got tanks versus Manta, outnumbered by the Manta, and Anaryl not very careful with his units there. Perhaps they're just taking an easy victory. And now the mass extraction behind enemy lines gets reinforcements, and he gets to live another day. This engineer is going to pick up another mass extractor. Two forces facing each other, and this will be a second attack around the bottom, it looks like. For letsrock, this will be a little more powerful. You see Anaryl has switched up the forces. Actually, I don't think he put enough units here on the bottom. He might not be able to get this victory. It'll be very close. Instead, he is pushing into the middle, getting all the mass extractors. Very even battle, but it looks like yeah, now with this reinforcements, Anaryl should be able to take it, but he's letting these units just to run in. So the second push is going to be successful here on the bottom. Anaryl letting units slip through. Bombers for Anaryl found this behind enemy line extraction operation, and here we got an attack from Anaryl up on top. Tech 2 point defense for letsrock plus a bunch of Tech 2 tanks. This will be interesting. Yeah, this will be a good enough defense to prevent that from doing anything. But total map control, except for a couple of mass extractors that should be dead. And this Mantis with 3 kills gets behind. Actually, quite a bit of tech in 3 Tech 2 mass extractors for Anaryl. We're looking at 2, and the third one nearly done for letsrock. So both players quite a bit of teching in this game, and we got to say Anaryl is a good position to tech with all this reclaim. Here at minute 10. Anaryl sitting at 5200, letsrock at 1500, so significant advantage for Anaryl. He just won that medal, but now this Tech 2 force from letsrock could cause some problems. But Anaryl, if he uses his ACU properly, he should be able to take on a Tech 2 force, especially if he's got some power storage. Actually, I see some damage here that was suffered by Anaryl. He's trying to rebuild, but he needs to get some power storage so he can use the overcharge in the ACU. That's really his biggest advantage. Now we got the Tech 2 moving in. And retreats to his forces. This is all Tech 1 versus Tech 2. letsrock moves out with the ACU. And pretty big spam now. We got Tech 2 flak and Tech 2 tanks. The Rhinos, and the Rhinos just take over the middle. And this could be a great move from Anaryl if he attacks this Tech 2 force with his ACU and then sandwiches it. This force just moves in. Anaryl is surrounding it. This could be a great opportunity for Anaryl if he attacks. But now it looks like it's going to be a retreat for letsrock, and without the ACU involved in this battle, this Tech 2 will have no problems. Anaryl running into the ACU and now running up top of the map. So completely separated his 2 forces, the ACU and his Tech 1, and one by one these are definitely outgunned. So better play there from letsrock. He did make a mistake, but once again Anaryl didn't make him pay for it. It was a split second when Anaryl could have got a big advantage. You see a Sparky now in the middle. Tech 2 engineering, multiple Tech 2 land factories from Anaryl, making Mongoose and Tech 2 NGs, and this Tech 2 NG can get a point defense in this position. Would be really nice to take over the middle. And now these Tech 2 tanks just moving in unopposed. Anaryl's ACU basically on vacation, has been sitting there for a long time. Looks like the behind the enemy lines mass extraction operation has been terminated, which is nice. And Mongoose, and this Tech 2 point defense getting hit by artillery. Looks like it will not be finished. This is the heroic. This is the unit that turned the game for Anaryl. Really, letsrock turned the game himself, but he ran into it. See some Tech 2 flag. Really don't want to fly here. 9 kills for that Tech 2 flag. And now Mongoose getting a little too close. You want to keep him at distance. Rhino's much better at close distance than the Mongoose. Anaryl finally decides to move. Tech 2 point defense complete, and that's going to get a lot of kills. In the middle we got a Tech 2 point defense planned for letsrock. But the terrain on this map in the middle is a little funny, so very difficult to hold on to it, especially with lasers. Gonna hit the terrain quite a bit. It's a nice scout here behind enemy lines, an engineer for letsrock picking up mass. letsrock finishes a Tech 2 point defense, and we got a bit of a Tech 2 point defense standoff here now. We see there's the terrain actually preventing a Tech 2 point defense. So this laser is kind of in a hole here. And a mobile missile launcher for Cybran, definitely the best mobile missile launcher in the game. It's going to give a lot of problems. We got TMD for Anaryl, multiple TMD, so 2 TMD should defend against a single mobile missile launcher, but more on the way. We've seen it's basically mobile missile launcher spam, and that should overwhelm a UEF TMD. And once again, this is the 3rd time attack around the side for letsrock. He's been doing this all game. It's been working. Mongoose getting a little too close. You gotta keep him at distance. This is mass storage from Anaryl. That's so much mass. I think Anaryl thought that was power, and that was a mistake. So now it looks like Anaryl has abandoned the back of his base, and Tech 2 tanks plus flag just rolls through. See what they actually attack. They need to keep moving, otherwise they're going to get hit by Archie like they're doing. Yeah. So a mistake there from letsrock. He got into a good position, but forgot to move his unit. So that third attack from letsrock around the bottom, basically a mass delivery for Anaryl. Anaryl multiple Tech 2 point defense. But so far this middle piece of the map is just getting hit. If Supreme Commander 2 was a proper Supreme Commander, it'd be this game together with Black Ops and terrain deformation. But of course that would take ridiculous ACUs to play, or CPUs. Hopefully the ACUs from Supreme Commander 2 are actually quite nice. So if we had those and terrain deformation, it would be the best game ever. But it wasn't. So here this terrain would probably get destroyed by these Tech 2 point defenses eventually, but Supreme Commander Forge Alliance, it'll be infinite health defense for letsrock. Somebody somewhere said that terrain doesn't matter in this game, which I think obviously it matters. But the mobile missile launchers, of course, the missiles, nice trajectories. And this is really the Tech 2 stage missiles against Tech 2 point defenses and anti-missile defense. See who goes to Tech 3 stage first, because really this is very much a standoff. If there was a slight advantage, it is for letsrock. Now Anaryl is sitting on 5 Tech 2 mass extractors, which is significantly more than these 3, although Tech 2 power for letsrock. So more power for letsrock, more mass for Anaryl. Surprisingly, no Tech 2 mass or power generators, and this is a huge mistake right here. You might as well just reclaim these. Now shield, mobile shield, these are definitely nice. Anaryl always likes to stand in the middle of the map doing nothing with his ACU. And some TMD for letsrock, although all those point defenses have been taken out. Looks like mobile missile launchers for Anaryl as well. And leading with some mobile missile launchers, that's not the best way to use them. And riptides with proper micro, extremely powerful. Just move back and forth doing all the dodging, but a bit outgunned in this situation. The Mongoose not coming around the side, and the behind the enemy lines. Mass extraction operation has been resumed here at minute 22. Letsrock with 11 kills. We're seeing the high ground from Anaryl rolling down, but still a little too much Tech 2 laser tanks here in close range. They're still a little too good. These shields would have been really nice with that Tech 1. And Mongoose on the back step. All the Tech 2 point defense have been destroyed. Only thing that's really standing are these Tech 2 tanks. Some reclamation for letsrock. And now Anaryl rolling around the side trying to do some damage. Some successful raiding, but of course here at the back door, this Tech 2 point defense will keep things clean. And actually some defense here for this mass extraction operation. And engineer. So this is crazy. Red, blue, red. Both players have some opportunities. Middle has been won now by Anaryl. And a whole bunch of engineers moving out into the middle. Anaryl, I think, continues to dominate the reclamation side. Nearly 20,000 reclaimed. Letsrock at 3,000. So that's a huge difference, a big advantage for Anaryl. And a Tech 3 engineer now for Letsrock. Looks like Tech 3 land with loyalists coming out. And loyalists are awesome, but what unit would be so awesome on this map would be some Tech 3 artillery you put on this hill and then just lob shells into the middle. Anybody goes in the middle gets hit. Should be the rule, but we'll see if you see those. See a bit of a push now from Anaryl, but with this Tech 3 coming in from Letsrock, these Mongoose really stand no chance. We're seeing Tech 3 now from Anaryl making a Tech 3 engineer, and that means Tech 3 point defense in the middle, a big opportunity, and one of those would cover a large range. Actually, Tech 3 point defense on a hill would be nice too, but probably better to get it closer to the middle. And this is ridiculous. This engineer is a hero. Gets 2 Tech 1 mass extractors behind enemy lines. And engineer's not coming in, they're just gonna reclaim. So this madness continues. More loyalists coming out. Second Tech 2 power, and of course loyalists have TMD on them. But another TMD just in case here for Letsrock. Nice reconnaissance from Anaryl. Knows exactly what he's facing. He's facing some Tech 3, but of course he's GEF, so he can make some Percies and take care of the problem. He is making Titans, so Titans are outgunned. But Titans together, the shields can take on quite a few units. And now it looks like these engineers were successful at reclaiming the Mantis, and now are thinking about reclaiming the artillery. Of course, the artillery cannot shoot when the units gets too close to it. So engineers stopped the mass reclamation operation. Now they're just sitting there. More Tech 2 mass extractors now for Letsrock. Power storage and Tech 3 power. So Anaryl choosing to skip Tech 2 power entirely. And this would be a nice juicy target for any kind of attack. Something like a cruise missile sniper, although we do have TMD in the middle. Or something around the side here, or some bombers. Even Tech 2 bombers would be excellent. Looks like Anaryl has paused this production. A lot of engineers on pause, trying to get that power. Already more than halfway done. We gotta say, Letsrock does have a nice Tech 3 force now. Whole bunch of loyalists here, kinda sitting on the wall, waiting for orders. Now Letsrock moving in. See the force for Anaryl. A lot of Titans, shields. Definitely can defend here, but looks like Letsrock is choosing split his forces into 2. Loyalists going down. Maybe this is a bit of a decoy. It does seem to be working. All the loyalists moving up, all the Titans moving up to the top, and some power problems, major power problems for Anaryl. They'll disappear once that's finished. And now the loyalists take care of some weak units here, some hero engineers. And now they're gonna go down the side. This is the 4th attack down the side, and this time they get a beautiful target. Titans successfully defend the top side. Of course, this was not the main attack. And now the loyalists are going to cause a lot of damage. And here's worst possible situation for Anaryl. If the loyalists attack that, we're seeing a response from Anaryl. He's moving in quite a few units. Some loyalists are dying. But looks like the loyalists are going to attack the mass extractors instead. So those are decent targets, but he kind of lost his opportunity to kill that. There's so many units now in the way. Now that factory goes down. That's a minor target. Quite a few loyalists are dying. This is good. Pretty big force from Anaryl. 30 kills for Anaryl. Titans still running through the base, causing all kinds of problems. But quite a few Titans, and if they outnumber, the loyalists will die. This is a few really juicy chunks of mass for Anaryl. So killing this mass is good, but really not that good when you leave chunks of 300 mass behind. And that power survives, so Anaryl dodged a huge bullet there. In the middle, still some Tech 2 left for Anaryl. He begins to retreat. A lot of loyalists here getting quite a few kills. This terrain here is pretty crazy. On this map makes these battles very difficult. You move over slightly and it's completely different. Of course, you can get really close here and shoot missiles from under the hill. And they're hitting the point defense. The hero point defense still alive. Tech 3 now and Tech 2. The loyalists are going to try to do a frontal assault. That might be a mistake. Plenty of Titans to defend, plus Tech 2 point defense. And so much mass to reclaim. Looks like Anaryl going straight to Tech 3 with the mass extractors. And these should be taken. Now letsrock outnumbered. There's quite a few loyalists still playing defense. This is a Titan versus loyalist fight. Very similar in terms of total health, the health plus shield, but a lot more damage for the loyalists. Letsrock retreats. And here we got the engineers from Anaryl picking up all that loose mass. Another Tech to point defense. A nice Sparky here from Anaryl. Surprised I don't see any bricks or artillery. Artillery from either player. Just a single arty here just to make the other player really afraid of the middle. Would be really nice. And one good thing, I'm not really sure if it's still true in Forged Alliance Forever, units like the Titan or the Harvey, if you hit them with artillery that does a lot of splash damage, actually burns through the shield, so the shields are not really effective. Splash damage does slightly different than regular direct damage, but that may have been fixed in Forged Alliance Forever. This should have been dead and Anaryl would have been out of this game. We got 2 Tech 2 power generators and loyalists, nothing but loyalists. It looks like Tech 3 air now coming up for letsrock, and a single Tech 3 bomber will be excellent in this game. Just snipe that Tech 3 power and then continue to snipe. It looks like this is paused for Anaryl. I'm not really sure what he's doing. He's just working on his Tech 3 mask extractors for the last few minutes. Letsrock with 19 kills. And getting hit by Tech to point defense. So these Sparkies, excellent units, causing all kinds of problems through the middle. And these mask extractors, it's as if Anaryl doesn't really want them. Loyalists now moving in. Meet some Titans and Tech to point defense, and they're just not meant for this type of job. Artillery on the hill and bricks over here, and this middle will fall very easily for letsrock, but he's not making those units. Instead, he is making ASF, Tech 3 air, so he's going to try to do the air approach, while Anaryl is working on his mask extractor. Actually just going with the Tech 2 here. Should have really nice mass production. Sitting at 46,000 reclaimed versus letsrock, who's sitting at 7,300. Huge advantage. Now we got ASF for letsrock. He's going to take over air, and Anaryl, seeing that there's air in Tech 3 air, he might try to go through the ground knowing he might have an advantage. It's a nice Tech to point defense, 23 kills. And here's the Strat Bomber. It's more than halfway done. Cruise missiles in the middle. Actually, they're being fired, no kills yet. And it looks like he is targeting, and every time a cruise missile hits, it restarts the production. Excellent cruise missiles for Anaryl, really saving his life there. That was very crucial, preventing that Strat Bomber from doing a lot of damage. It looks like Anaryl is also going, he's got Tech 2, making Perseus, and Perseus are going to dominate the Tech 3 land fight. Surprised we don't see any Tech 3 point defense, just Tech 2 point defense creep so far. But where is the Tech 3 arty? That is the question. Still just loyalists. And these Strat Bombers are not going to come out if this and of course loyalists have TMD on them. A single loyalist in this position would protect that factory, but all the loyalists are in the field, so that is a mistake for Let's Rock. And this Tech 2 point defense creep is very successful, and now Anaryl successfully makes the dream of a Strat Bomber history. And now it looks like Anaryl going to Tech 3 air himself. A couple more Perseus coming out. And still just loyalists. The loyalists were good, but they're no longer the answer. Loyalists moving into the middle, running over a couple Tech 2 point defense. That's not really the unit you want to be taking over. You see quite a few of them dying. Factory is not producing anything now. And artillery, finally some Tech 3 arty, but perhaps a little too late. We are now seeing Strat Bombers from Anaryl, and that is going to do a lot of damage. Really no answer against that Strat Bomber for Let's Rock here, minute 40. Looks like that gets finally taken out. Looks like it was a cruise missile. So these cruise missiles now with 4 kills, extremely well played here for Anaryl with this unit. Let's see, where is this? There's the arty. Should be sent out into the field to do damage. At least to make Anaryl nervous, because once he gets the Strat Bomber, it's basically over. We'll just watch Let's Rock's base from far away and watch it explode. More air plant for Let's Rock. Of course, Let's Rock does not know that there is Strat Bombers coming out. And there's a Strat Bomber. Looks like very much off map there from Anaryl. Way off map actually. And comes in, takes out a Tech 2 power generator. And there goes all the Tech 2 power for Anaryl. That's very unfortunate. And that's just devastating. That was 4 loyalists into that bomb. Excellent Strat Bomber now with 19 kills. That is the beginning of the end. Slow death. There goes the artillery. Let's Rock just sitting there waiting to die. And calls it a GG. We got loyalists moving in. Loyalists and Strat Bombers, nothing that can be done at this point. So 42 minutes, Anaryl wins. Hopefully people enjoyed this one.